ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. Lots to talk about today, and let me catch you up on exactly what took place. First of all, the two brothers who shot up the satirical magazine in Paris 2 days ago are dead. They were tracked down. They took supposedly a hostage. It's unclear whether it was a hostage or someone happened to be in the printing press where they wound up, and whether or not they thought that hostage got out. It's a mishmash, but the bottom line is they came out with guns blazing after they lost sight of that quote-unquote person or hostage, and they were killed by police. Not before police spoke to at least one of the brothers on the phone and reportedly recorded what he had to say. We'll talk more about that later. Then you had, at the same time, the end of a hostage situation about 20 miles away, and that was at a kosher bakery. Now, the terrorist scum that was there was also killed, along with, unfortunately, 4 of the hostages. This guy was affiliated with the brothers. They believe all part of some terrorist cell, and he allegedly was responsible for the murder of the female police officer in Paris 2 days ago as well, and I believe he shot another police officer. So when he broke into and burst into the bakery, the kosher bakery in right outside of Paris, he said, "You know who I am," reportedly, and that, yeah, we all know who he was. And here's the deal here as well. He had reportedly an accomplice, at least one accomplice, that witnesses, hostages who were freed could ascertain, and that was a woman. She is nowhere to be found. Now, they're not 100% certain that this woman was in the bakery with him, but they believe she was. And there he is on the left, and there he's dead, and she is on the lam, and they're looking for her, obviously. So they killed 4 hostages, or at least he did, 4 hostages at the kosher bakery. But he is dead as the police stormed the bakery at the same time that the brothers who committed the act against the magazine were being taken down by police about 20 miles away. Now, of course, France is on high alert. There may be more people in addition to this woman from the terrorist cell. Who knows what their plan is and what's next. Now, the president of France called the attack at the bakery an anti-Semitic act. Okay? President of France. Speaking after the president of France in Tennessee, the president of the United States, you might have heard of him, he's an empty suit, a totally empty suit with a mission. See, he's an empty suit. I know that sounds contradictory, and it's almost impossible to be both. But he's not afraid to appear as an empty suit, to the point of being offensive in his lackadaisicalness, in his uncaringness, in his and the way he handles himself and what he says. He doesn't care how that appears because he's got a goal he's working for. Now, he said that he had nothing to offer. Nothing to offer except, human suffering, and, France democracy is great, and we're the same here. We're great, and that democracy, it's going to survive long after the scourge of terrorism is gone. This man, just as when the 4 rabbis and the policemen in the Israeli synagogue in Jerusalem was slaughtered like cattle with a darn meat cleaver, had no emotion, and said nothing of any meaning. Today, in what the president of France called an anti-Semitic attack, this man had nothing to say again. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I don't think it affects him. I don't think it affects him. He's remained silent as Christians are slaughtered all over the world. Every day, Christians are slaughtered for being Christian. You hear this guy speak out about it? Does he look bothered? Does he care? I don't think it bothers him. And I know it doesn't bother him when Jews are killed like cattle or shot in a kosher bakery. Because that's who he is. That's exactly who he is. He could never be anyone different, and he'll never change. But I'll tell you what, if a radical Christian group broke into a mosque, or a right-wing Jewish group in Israel broke into a West Bank area and killed one Muslim, oh, you'd be hearing about it from President Obama. You could bet your sweet bippy.